episode 205 RLR. Colin, you're back. Hickey, we're here again, you and I.
Yes, I am
Indeed.
back, and I sound like a frog.
That's okay. I think it's for dramatic effect of your future opinions over what we're talking about, which is Code Geass back to back. The Death Note episode is I don't think it's a shock, but it's our most downloaded episode in like 3 years.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. I just threw everything up on YouTube, getting a lot of views there, but the Spotify and Amazon Music podcast deal, it's over like 400 downloads already. It's probably gonna be one of our most listened to ever, by the way it's going. And we're back in Death Note up with Code Geass, both seasons. We're doing the whole thing. Was that a mistake? Should we have just done one season?
Nah,
we're riding the momentum.
So before we even begin, because we do have the spring 2026 season coming, and I think we should probably preview that. We could do like Moving Bar and stuff next time. So we'll do a short little preview on 2026. I wanted, which I just thought of before the podcast started. I have my like Excel file of anime listed out here. I'm just gonna list anime that could possibly remind you, or maybe in the same ballpark, of the thought process and fandom of the time of that like 06 through 12 era. Okay? Is it better or worse than Death Note and Code Geass? Because Death Note and Code Geass are kind of like the top two of the era, and as I put big air quotes on that, opinions may vary. It's at the top, okay? And these won't be anime that are the same genre or anything. It's just something that like hit the zeitgeist of anime, and people talk about it all the time. You get the idea. Okay, guys, ready? Just say better or worse, because I'm putting Code Geass and Death Note as one and the same for this.
Damn, dude. Code Geass is doing a lot of heavy lifting on that.
Yeah. Fate Stay Night, something we are going to cover in the next few months.
Worse.
Worse.
Fate Stay Night is worse. Okay. Interesting. Black Lagoon.
Better.
Yeah, much better. Okay. Let's see. I go down the list. I'm going by essentially like the seasons through the years. Let's see. Oh, something that came out in the same era of fall 2006. Ghost Hunt.
Worse.
Worse.
Yeah. Although it does get better after 3 or 4 episodes.
Okay.
I didn't really watch much after that, but I've seen Ghost anime better than that since.
Love it. Gurren Lagann.
Better.
Okay, I agree.
Was used as an example in the last cast as well.
Right. Let's see. I'm into 2008 here. Let's see. I think I know the answer, but I'll say it anyways. Kara no Kyokai.
Better.
No comment.
Okay.
I have no clue about anything about that show. I barely even know the name.
Fair enough. Let's see. Still moving down. Nothing sticking out of the no, that's nope. Okay, we're in the 2010 now. Let's see. Darker Than Black. Something
better.
I think equal. Let's say, because again, Code Geass is doing a lot of heavy lifting, dude.
Just from what I've seen of it, I think I'm leaning towards better.
Okay.
I would say equal because Darker Than Black doesn't end. Counting the second season, of course. new Saint of Gemini.
Okay.
He doesn't have an end. It's just kind of like cuts, and they never got back to it. So hey, maybe we get another season one day.
Here's a good
hopefully.
one. 2011. Dead Man Wonderland.
Worse.
The manga is better, but the show is worse.
Let's see. All right, here's the big one. Guilty Crown.
No comment.
I'll say worse.
Guilty Crown.
But I like Guilty Crown. Like I
Do you like it
just
more
a little
than Code
bit?
Geass and Death
Yeah,
Note?
I like Guilty Crown.
Yeah. As my cold rears its ugly head.
All good. All good. Yeah, I think that kind of fills out that sort. Oh, Sword Art Online. That's a
Worse.
I like it, but worse.
okay.
Yeah, that's the only one you thought about. Let's see if I can find anything.
That's kind of that 06.
Of course, there's Ergo Proxy
is
is 2006, winter 2006, for example.
Is it? Yeah, it's right at the top.
Welcome to NHK.
I wouldn't put that kind of in that same category.
Really?
Yeah, that's more of like a psychological exploration type thing rather than sort of a chess master big plan type thing.
Yeah, it's got to be this like commonality, like everyone watched it kind of thing. Probably leaning on the shonen side, fighting and dramatic stuff, side chick heavy with the main character kind of deal.
And crazy distorted
Naruto Shippuden. It started in 2007.
Yeah. So it sounded like there was only a couple that we all agreed were better than Code Geass and Death Note.
Then Code Geass and parentheses and Death Note.
Yeah. Code Note.
On a side note, anybody else hungry for some Pizza Hut?
I do have strong pizza feelings right now, and I'm actually, after this podcast, going to go pick up a friend, and we're going to get a slice at 5 of these like top-ranked pizzerias in Rhode Island.
Doing a pizzeria crawl?
Yeah, we're doing a pizza crawl. Maybe there's a lot of subliminal messages that worked while watching Code Geass.
Yeah, I'm going to order one tonight and watch it with a movie.
You are not getting Pizza Hut, though. You're getting something better, right?
Nope, I am getting Pizza Hut.
Oh, no, poor guy.
As expensive as it is, I still like it. I just don't order it more than once a year.
It's that special time again. I am sick and feeling miserable. Time to Pizza Hut.
Even though it's greasy as fuck, I still really enjoyed the taste.
I think I ate it once. Just once.
Yeah, it's not worth the one time.
There's still others that I like. I mean, Domino's is good. Pizza is good. Little Caesars is good for the price. I haven't tried Papa John's yet, but I wouldn't mind trying it.
I used to like Papa John's once upon a time. That was like the prime place in Houston where I grew up. That was affordable. You could get Papa John's delivered in the 90s for like $8.
Yeah, nice.
I bet it's like $35 now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Good pizza. Good pizza. Okay. So keep those shows in mind of what we went over. Guilty Crown was kind of the end goal with that one. I have a lot of comparisons, but spring 2006 is coming. We got Assassination Classroom coming back. Remember, Hickey, I watched that like last year, all 3 seasons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm into that show.
I I haven't really watched it, but I know a fair bit about it. Maybe I'll get into it in a future time, but for the time being, I'm busy with other anime. I mean, Kai-chan isn't scary is running pretty strong. Just keeps getting better with each episode. So, to you guys and the audience, I recommend having a look at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna binge watch it once it's over.
Go for it.
We got ReZero coming back. I never did watch the 3rd season. I think I'm done with the show.
Yeah, I kind of
I also-
stopped in the middle of the 2nd season.
Did I start watching the 3rd season and something like that? Or no? Yes? I don't remember. Shows how much the show sticks with me.
Yeah, I'm skipping that one. I don't have the patience for Subaru anymore.
I don't either. I really don't. What is this show? Otonori. Let's see. The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten season 2. Oh, okay. I've seen the 1st season. I might check that out. Maybe.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe.
We watched the first season of that.
Wistoria season 2. I very much enjoyed that 1st season.
Never heard of it.
It's
I
think
Wand
you'd
and
like to call
Sword.
It's
I'll,
guy goes to a magic school. He can't use magic, so he just works really hard, and he ends up being this. So in the past, there were warriors, and they would protect the mages, but over time they like phased out basically, and he's kind of a throwback to that. Is the whole point to it all.
sounds a little bit like Mashal.
Yeah, except the character's not a buffoon.
Well, maybe I'll have a look at that.
A word I don't
I've only
use
seen, like-
often enough in reality.
Hey, buffoon.
Buffoon?
Yeah, I use moron a lot, but I think buffoon would hit a little better right now.
Moron, dumbass.
Let's see.
Trying to think of others, but that's all I got.
More Dr. Stone makes me angry about geology. New Ascendants of a Bookworm.
Dude, they are building a goddamn spaceship. And you're worried about geology?
Look.
Huh?
One of Tori's favorite shows is that minerals become people thing, and that show is infuriating to me.
Dude, that show is goated. You're just hating. That show is actually great.
What else we got here? I'm just kind of going down the list. That's probably a no. Isekai no Theory.
The fifth season of Rent a Kanojo, Rent a Girlfriend.
Oh
Is that
boy.
the final one?
Nah.
There will never
Probably
be a
not.
final one.
Oh. The beginning after the end, season 2 is coming. Man, that I actually read the whole like web novel that's been out. That show, that story falls off a cliff real hard. Not great.
Oh boy.
And the first season of the anime wasn't widely pleasing either. It's what throws me off about the show is they decided to voice act the child with the man's voice from his previous life. And it's very melancholic, deep, and serious. I'm like,
Sounds a little bit like Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, kinda. Except he's not fucking minors.
He's not a degenerate. He's not a degenerate.
Yeah, he's not a 4-timing douchebag. Yeah, it's the perviness of the Mushoku Tensei that's kind of. Although I did really laugh when he had erectile dysfunction.
I didn't get that far.
Get that far? Oh, that's a whole thing. That's a whole arc. He can't get it
Oh,
up.
no.
He can't fuck people, fuck the women that are really into him. He gets
Ah.
super self-conscious.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Oh, I can't remember. Does he? I think he fucks the childhood friend, and then she bails on him to get stronger, and he thinks he was so bad that she left. Does he get? I think he gets the dysfunction because of that. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I made friends with the
Understandable.
second prettiest girl in my class. That's coming out.
Man, I hate it.
You hate that?
Now they changed the art style
Oh, did they?
and gave her like this bulging eyes for some reason
I
when
see it in
she's
the picture here.
she's kind of like the cool beauty, so she has like these slant eyes in the manga, right?
Okay.
So it's really jarring for me. It's like that's not the girl I like. that's an imposter. What the fuck is this bright looking empty head woman? So I don't like the art style they chose for it. Not the art style, but the character design essentially. It's like I'm conflicted about it.
If I would say if Rent a Girlfriend changes the ending for the anime, I might continue watching it. But until I get confirmation that it doesn't have that piece of shit ending, I want nothing to do with it.
Nah, come on. The author is
I can't watch a show where it's just purposeful like cuckolding.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I won't.
Yeah, I mean it's the name of the show is Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, you at least at the beginning you like feel like there's some sort of goal with the main character and they're actually going to work their lives out the way they should and things will go, but then no.
No, he just ran to his girlfriend.
It's stupid.
You know, it's the name of the show.
Very stupid.
Yeah, I got better things to spend my time on.
Ugh, like Code Geass, 2 seasons.
That I already spent time on as a teenager, so.
What is this show? It's very colorful. Let's see. Marriage Toxin. For centuries,
Vaguely
the Poison
familiar.
Masters have perfected the art of assassination. That's not where I was thinking it was going to go with that title. Among them, the Garrow family stands as one of the 5 most powerful families of masters, wielding unmatched skill and influence. Garrow, heir to this infamous bloodline, has lived his life deep in the shadows of the underworld, far removed from love or marriage. Okay. However, to ensure the Poison Master bloodline does not die out, the head of the family declares that his sister will be forced to bear an heir. Okay.
Oh no.
Soon after, he crosses paths with May, a brilliant marriage swindler, who also happens to be his current assassination target. Okay, that sounds like motivation to kill her. Determined to protect his sister and solve the succession problem himself, he makes an unexpected request on the spot, asking May to help him get married. And so the cunning marriage swindler May, the elite assassin Hikaru Garrow, sets out on the toughest mission for love. His goal, the ultimate marriage. The most unlikely duo, an assassin in marriage, to take on the world's tough. I don't quite understand.
I mean, it's very obvious. It's in the title. Marriage, toxin,
But
poison.
if
If
the bloodline must continue, why wouldn't the father then just say, "Son, you marrying this chick, have sex with her"?
Good question. That's because, when you want to make a character that is very smart, the word needs to be very dumb.
And then if his target is this marriage swindler, that's his assassination target, what? I guess I'll just have to watch the show.
Yeah, well, I mean, who else is better to get him married than the woman that literally marries to get the shit of all the people?
She's a fraud.
But she's very good at marrying people.
Well, how do you know?
She's a married swindler.
No, that means she's fucking people over.
Yeah, but to fuck people over, first she needs to get married.
I mean, are you going in the way that there's this big divorce side project in mind with all these or something?
I don't know.
Or assassinate the
Never heard that.
other person who has the money and you get it? Again, I guess I just have to watch the show. All right,
Or you could
Marriage
just
Talks, the
read the
most
manga.
anticipated anime. I think that's what we all agree with.
I'd probably
I don't
rather
know,
watch
man.
Mission
There's
Yozakura
one-
Family.
There's one below there that is very anticipated.
I don't know, there's right next to it, Mistress Kanan is devilishly easy. I assume she's easy to have sex with. I will not read the synopsis, I'll just assume. Gambare Nakamura-kun? What is that?
Well, you skipped one.
What do you mean?
The Incarnation of Cabin.
Nah, I didn't skip that.
Hey man, that's the most most anticipated one. It's the manga where Hitler is a little girl.
No.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
All right. There exists an object known as the branch of reincarnation that can grant people the talents of the past lives so long as they slit their own throat with it. Toya is a teenage boy struggling with low self-esteem. Again, not where I thought this was going. After growing up in the shadow of his gifted older brother, he comes to the decision that academic studies are his last resort in search for talent, but fails to find satisfaction despite constantly placing in the top 100 for national mock exams. In a twist of fate, Toya encounters one of his classmates, Haito Lu Buffet, a returner who has resurrected the talents of her past life using the branch of reincarnation as she fights against a serial killer.
Yeah. There's little kid Hitler in there.
Petals of reincarnation. All right, I'm sold. I gotta know how this goes down. Who makes this?
I think
Produced
there's
by Pony
literally
Canyon.
a guy called Newton, and he has a apple for a head. Come on.
Oh,
There's
no.
Einstein. Yeah,
You say little girl Hitler, I immediately think of Tanya the Evil.
Well,
yeah,
there's-
kind of. But she's less evil than Tanya, actually.
well, I assume when you're reincarnated from this branch, you're like it's just your memories, and you'd be like, man, I shouldn't do all that cocaine this time for sure.
No, they got like special powers and shit. So like it's and like again, you get fucking Albert Einstein reincarnated as a
Petals
woman.
of Petals of reincarnation.
You got powers. Like which power Albert Einstein does have? Which power Newton has? Like the power of controlling gravity, I think, if I remember correctly, something like that.
Oh, Toya discovers he can access the talents of these past lives. He does. So he gains abilities and skills. Boy, what all right, of all these like abilities and skills, could you imagine it's like I have the power of math?
Hey, that's an important. That's one I don't have.
Math's easy, except matrices. I hate that shit. Never again. All right, so little girl Hitler. Can't wait.
Oh boy.
Needy girl overdose.
What?
Yeah, the anime.
Streamer.
Also, there's the movie. The movie came
followers,
out.
Experience different crazy ups and downs. Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's from the game.
sure.
The important one is the next one, Akane Banashi, which is a Shonen Jump flagship manga. Just finally getting the anime.
Oh.
So
add that to the
battle
list.
shonen with Rakugo.
I will plan to watch.
I think it was the second to last because the last one is Rudy Dragon, but it will get the anime by Kyoto Animations, I believe. Yet to be announced the release date, but Akane Banashi is flagship Shonen Jump. It's really nice. The manga is really nice. I don't know if the anime will be that nice because the character design looks kind of wonky compared to the manga, but we'll see.
I added it.
There's
You sold me.
so much anime on Spring. Holy
There's a
shit!
lot. It just keeps going.
Yeah, that's weird. It's been a while since we had so much.
Very strange. I thought all these studios were going under and closing and evading taxes.
Oh, that's just Ufotable.
Okay. All right. They all don't do that.
I mean, I don't think so. They don't really have a lot to, don't have a lot of money to begin with.
There is a fucked. I'm still scrolling. There's so many.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then here at the bottom, the O&A section, there's Dore Hodero season 2. So I guess that's like on Netflix only.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because it's Mappa. It might be just Netflix.
That's crazy. There's like 80 shows. That's
Who the
wild.
hell's got that kind of time? Besides Hikikomori's.
Wow. What do you want, Cat? Calm down. Hey. Off me.
20. Here there's 60 shows.
That's
60 TV shows.
a lot.
Good gravy.
Is there even enough slots on TV for that many shows?
Probably not. Maybe with the whole Sony Crunchyroll thing that it won't be on TV, it'll just be on streaming.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe. Damn, that's a lot. Is summer like that? No, it's not. They just decided to dump everything on spring.
Man, I got golf to play next month. Can't be watching 40 shows.
I
How
got
dare
go
you.
to play, damn dude.
Golf is
What a
coming.
How dare
problem.
you have a life?
Yeah, I just a few days ago got new grips. Took off all the old ones, all the shitty ones, and re-gripped them, so I'm ready to go. Got a new swing developed. Bowling tournaments are over. I'm ready. I'm ready for some warm weather. I'm tired of being cold.
Mhm.
Aren't we all? But we still got a shitload of snow yesterday.
Okay.
And then temperature's gonna plunge again on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're still a month away. Not that you would know, Hickey, Mr. Brazilian over
Yes.
there.
It is very hot and humid. Yesterday was hell. It looks like we were inside of a pressure cooker.
Ugh.
It was really bad, but today's nice. As nice as it can be.
I'm going to play the drop, and we're going to talk some Code Geass. Here we go.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Remember I mentioned there's one more terrible ending we didn't mention last cast?
Sure. Go for it.
Usagi drop.
Oh yeah.
At least the manga.
No, but that's
But
the
that's
manga.
not an anime. That's from the manga. The anime's good.
There's no manga. It's a original anime.
Yeah. For those who
Also, I don't
know.
think it was the first time that guy did that. I think he did that like 2 or 3 times.
Well, for the audience's sake, you may be better off not knowing, but if you're really that curious, check it out. Or check out like a Wikipedia summary or something, because it is a huge betrayal of the audience.
Yeah. Man, it's been a while since I heard about the Usagi drop.
It's probably, I would argue, it's probably the most infamous bad ending in anime or manga.
I don't know, because there's Suzuka.
Never heard of it.
Is it Suzuka? No, Suzuka is the first one. I think we reviewed Suzuka. It's the other one, the sequel manga to Suzuka.
Oh, with the children?
No. It's, if you go, let me see if I can find the name. Fuka.
Oh, that show.
The Fuka.
Yeah.
Because in the manga,
that
I mean, it's not really a big spoiler. In the manga, Fuka, the character that names the thing, and it's a kind of a continuation of Suzuka, she dies. Right? She gets ran over and dies. And the whole story of the manga is the main character getting, over his feelings, his love feelings for now a deceased person, and learning that other people like him and he can find love in life, even though the person, his first love, is fucking dead. In the anime, they didn't kill her, so it's like, what's the whole point of the rest of the manga? So it's very divergent between the anime and the manga, and a lot of people don't like it. So on a personal note, I do think Usagi Drop is probably the worst ending. But on a writing point, I think Fuka and the betrayal of expectations of the fans of the manga is really bad as well.
You'd know better than me.
Also, it's not really that good to begin with, so
No.
the only people that supported you go and betray them. It's like, damn.
Okay. Can I play drop now?
Yep, I got nothing else.
All right. Here we go.
It's an invitation to my birthday tomorrow. I hope you'll be able to make it to the party.
I'll kill you.
Okay, 34 minutes in. A little longer than last time. No work calls getting in the way, because I was already at work. Can't do it. They can't do it to me twice.
Don't jinx it.
Well, everyone's gone, so that's good.
I don't know, man. That elevator is there.
Yeah, there's more than that this time around. Code Geass, both seasons. Lelouch of the Rebellion. 50 episodes. Or whatever. Came out
Give or take.
fall 2006 by Sunrise Studio. Directed by Goru Taniguchi. What else he do? As my cats are fighting next to the microphone. Don't do that. He
boy.
did. Let's see here. Storyboard. Planetess director. That was good. I like Planetess. One Piece film Red. I like that one. Storyboard. Excuse me. Revisions. I dropped that one. More One Piece stuff. Yeah, a lot of Code Geass. It's kind of his thing. Okay,
Hey, whatever makes you money.
sure.
Okay.
All right. In the year 2010, that was the distant future. Once upon
Of
a
the
time.
best.
Now it's the distant past. The Holy Empire of Britannia / America is establishing itself as a dominant military nation, starting with the conquest of Japan. After a swift defeat, America decided you are called Area 11, and all you citizens are now 11s. As a derogatory, less than human.
You know, JJ, there's a place in the world called Great Britain. So, like, I don't think it's the US.
It is definitely the US. I
know.
saw the map.
Well, I mean,
Here's
they
the thing.
conquered the whole America.
Yeah.
So we
That's
can
an
be
alternate
Brazil as well,
history.
you
No,
know.
impossible.
We
I
are known
refuse.
as
America
Britons.
will not lose. They were they were victorious.
Yeah,
in a
there's
world
two.
where the American Revolution failed, we get Code Geass.
Although others argue the real divergent point was Julius Caesar succeeding in invading England. But there's this whole argument online about that. That's not really
Makes
worth getting
sense.
into here.
So Japan wants to regain their independence. There's some terrorist groups that are forming. Then we get to know Lelouch Lamperouge. He is a student, Britannian student. Ooh. And he finds himself kind of in the crossfire of the terrorist group. They've stolen something, aka poison gas, and he gets caught up in the little conflict with the little royal army trying to chase him down. And boom, pod opens. It's not gas. It's a beautiful, mysterious girl. Ooh.
Mhm.
So the royal army has been ordered to basically just kill everyone in the area, just to kind of put this under the rug kind of deal. And the big royalist group finds Lelouch and basically going to shoot him, his friend that's kind of infiltrated the army, and kill the girl. And the girl then, after she gets shot, grants him the power of kings. He has mind control powers, basically. That's in his eye. And
Yep.
So
he can only give one command to each person he uses it on.
Yeah, he figures that out, I guess, in the third episode. By the third episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very smart guy.
He's a very smart guy, a little overdramatic, much like our man Light.
It's worth mentioning Lelouch is listed as the #1 most popular character on my anime list.
No way.
Damn.
It is.
What? I got
Hey man, when you're a teenager,
#4 is L.
No. No. All right. How do I look this up?
Should be at the bottom of each page on my anime list. Let me
Like
see.
the main page, you're
Yep.
saying?
Well, any page. At the bottom, you'll see lists of top anime, top airing anime, and most popular characters. And right now, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, I see. Okay,
most popular
the
characters.
thing to the right.
#1. Yep. #1, Lelouch Lamperouge. #2, Monkey D. Luffy. #3, Levi from Attack on Titan. #4, L from Death Note. #5, Roronoa Zoro from One Piece. So it's all allocated to
I don't see the character.
3 series.
Damn.
I don't see characters. I see airing, upcoming, popular.
Popular characters.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Really?
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, your thing's broken then.
Oh, come on. Don't be that way.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Fine, I'll send a photo.
Let's see. Nope. Top anime, nothing's there.
Maybe
Well, whatever.
here.
Okay. Anyways, so Lelouch is really smart. He can deduce situations in real time. He can manipulate. He's very good at hiding his presence, tricking people. All in this, him and his like childhood friend Suzaku, they got fucked over by Britannia. They're political pawns, etc., etc. So they have both infiltrated Britannia in different ways, and it becomes it's a different version, so to say, of the L versus what's his face, L and Light, back and forth. That's kind of your crux of both seasons. Very much recurring conflict. Gotta say, I remembered this show way differently. I thought the epic, like, terrible ending thing that I can't be alone in hating so much, where, like, his eye loses power or he, like, can't control it anymore, and all these coincidences start to happen, and he inadvertently orders the princess chick to kill everybody.
Yeah.
That was the end of season one.
That was actually my introduction to the show. My friends found that hilarious and showed it to me.
Damn. Just from the get-go.
Attention all Japanese, will you all die, please? It's like something out of the Naked Gun.
God. Yeah, very ridiculous. See, I thought I remembered it where that was like kind of nearing the conclusion of season 2, the last one. That triggers this like be the evil king that everyone will hate as one. So very much an opposite kind of perspective than what Light was doing over in his little universe. And then that led to the epic Lelouch versus Suzaku switching places and being martyrs and what have you. That made me very much look at season 2 a lot different. I completely forgot about the whole he lost his memories thing and his family was implanting shit. I go, I hate this. I do not like this at all. But season 1...
Indeed.
Okay, here's some big praise. I loved season 1 up until that point.
Yeah, there's like the big void. It's from like episode 22 where you got the Ilfi killing Japanese until like episode, I don't know, like 20 or 20 something of the second season where like, okay, let's just stop with the cartoonish villain of the week because Lelouch cannot make a goddamn decision. And we just conclude the story, and here's what happened. It's like, okay, I see. So, but there's like this void of content where everyone loses their personality, and they just start a very cartoonish cat and mouse game.
That is I couldn't have said it. I could not have said it better. That is fantastic. I agree with you 100%. Especially upon rewatching this and clearly how much I had forgotten over the many years. The Yuffie incident all the way until basically the end of season 2 just gets ridiculous. I absolutely agree. And it's just not fun because the first season with learning Lelouch, you can at least like understand his character, where he's coming from. He's smart enough, you would think, that he would be in he would have a subordinate that's like 100% dedicated him via mind control. Someone who couldn't possibly betray him. He would have maybe many they could do that. People he didn't give a shit about, right? The idea behind his character, as I'm trying to find logic in the flaws, is he doesn't want to totally control people. He wants to create peace for his little sister, etc., etc. It gets kind of sappy there, but you get the idea.
He's not ruthless enough.
He's not ruthless enough, even though from the start he's making people kill themselves. He's killing princes in cold blood. He's manipulating soldiers super well to get what he wants, even before he truly discovers the limitations of the power. He's utilizing it like a chessboard. He's controlling the battlefield outside of special Gundam X that arrives.
And I remember reading somewhere the story wasn't originally supposed to have mechas in it, but I guess they were added to make them more marketable.
Well, I think the mechs worked really well. That's one of my favorite
They kept introducing new mechs, like they introduced Transformers in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's like this sealed robot that does that. Or like, oh, there's the second form of that one. It's like, oh, but there's like the anime one that is modified by the good guys, question mark.
It's the 7th
New
generation,
toys, new
newest
figurines.
model, Tall Geass. I was like, oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Or whatever they called it. I forget. I was just... I got so many, like,
There wasn't a
Gundam
good
vibes throughout it. It is Sunrise.
Yeah.
So Lelouch's character, I could at least, to a point, see from his perspective. But his ultimate goal is to, like, he clearly hates, like, this whole regime of people. He's been used, his family's been murdered in front of his eyes, his sister's blind. Dude's got a lot of reasonable tractions for revenge, right? And then we got this chick CC that shows up who loves pizza, lots of wacky advertising. I don't even know where to go in discussing like her and her purpose in the show.
Yeah.
They barely explained her role. It's like, yeah, there's like this race, alien conscious thing, anti-spirals that we become when we die. It's like, yeah, and there's like V2 that just disappears at some point. it's never brought back again. It's like, yeah, but he's the brother of the Emperor. It's like, okay, where is he? It's like, well, he appeared in episode, I don't know, like 12 of the second season, and then like episode 18 of the second season, then just never showed up again. Like,
so
sure,
weird.
That's resolved.
I think it's like the Emperor takes his immortality from him, and then he gets killed in battle at one point, as I recall.
Yeah, it's so brief. It's like, yeah, this character is super important, but like...
But also don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry, we're just gonna kill him anyway. Everyone gets killed at some point. It's fine. Suzaku dies like, I don't know, 4 times.
Oh my god, he gets shot in the second episode of the show, and then he's just picked up and healed, and go drive this new generation mech, no problem. I read the manual. I'm an expert. You are being framed for murder of the Crown Prince. But don't worry, we'll just put you in the next thing for an convenient plot.
Yeah, he comes off like the very archetypal shonen mecha action hero that you'd see in so many other action shows, but he's just not the main character.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I guess they realized focusing on Lelouch was the more interesting route.
Probably. Which is unfortunate. Even his conflict could have been a little bit better. But then they kind of like toss it to the side at some point. Like being the traitor and stuff. And betraying Japan. Becoming a knight of round for Britain. He's like, no, man, you don't understand. If you lay on the ground on your back and show your belly, they don't kill you. It's like, oh man, I hate this guy. It's like, holy shit, his whole character is ridiculous. There's absolutely no conflict of whatsoever. He's just like, nah, I showed my belly. I'm the good guy, brother. That's not how you write. That's not how you do it. But yeah, as I was saying, I think the biggest problem, aside the void of content from season 2, essentially, is definitely the characters and how they are portrayed. And then, like, here I have the book, The Art of Dramatic Writing, which there's a passage about Hamlet that applies to Lelouch very well. And the writer is Lajos Egri. I think he's Hungarian, I believe. This book was written in 1942, and it's basically the basis for most of anime writing, especially those in the 2000s. And then when he talks about Hamlet, it's why Hamlet and thus Lelouch is a very good character, because it's three-dimensional and round. He says, we not only know his age, his appearance, his state of health, we can easily summarize his idiosyncrasies, his background, his sociology. His sociology give impetus to the play. We know the political situation at the time, the relationship between his parents, the events that have gone before, and the effects that they have had upon him. We know his personal premise and its motivation. We know his psychology, and we can see clearly how it results from his physical and sociological makeup. In short, we know Hamlet and Lelouch as we can never hope to know ourselves. And the problem with the rest of the cast is a little bit, it's in the same page, when it says, when you read drama criticisms in your daily papers, you encounter certain terminologies time and again. Dull, unconvincing stock characters, badly drawn that is. Familiar situations, boring. They all refer to one flaw, the lack of three-dimensional characters. Don't believe when your play is condemned as familiar that you must hunt for fantastical situations. The moment your characters are rounded in terms of 3 dimensions, you will find that they are not only exciting theater, but novel as well. So that's the problem with the rest of the cast. You have like this really good 3-dimensional character that is comparable to Hamlet and one of the best books about dramatical writing ever written. But he's surrounded by circles, he's a ball surrounded by circles. And at some point, you need to squash him a little bit to prolong this story. The first squashing is done by dumb decisions, especially by C2, which is the Elfie incident.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
C2 knows that at some point he's gonna lose the gears. Like the gears will go uncontrolled. But she never tells him that. Lelouch is the most intelligent, second most intelligent character because his brother who fell for a recording. Everyone falls for recordings in the show. Is the most intelligent, but Lelouch is a super intelligent character. He fights a guy with gears that can read minds, and it's out of control, but he doesn't realize, hey, baby, that can happen to me. Lelouch, the super intelligent guy, instead of, giving any sort of other command as an example, uses kill all the Japanese for some reason.
Yeah, I think
so it's very convenient the way as well.
I think it was
so
different
you can
in
move the plot.
I think it was different in Japanese. Because I recall when I first watched it with subtitles, what he actually said was, you could order them to die and they do it just to make a point, but then his Geass activates as he's talking, and that's what happens.
Yeah. It's just that he should have known there is a most likely his gears would go out of control, and so he would be very careful because he's a very careful character.
To be
He's
fair, he's
never-
keeping track of a lot of different shit as he's
Yeah,
going.
that's kind of
but
that's
it's-
kind of the big thing.
That's super basic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Sichu never tells him that, and then she's like, "Oh, wait a second, I forgot about something really
It's
important." I was like,
stupid.
"Dude,
It's
there's no
very
way,
stupid.
there's no way you're doing this to me. 22 episodes in, you're gonna say, "Whoops, they hit Piro." There's no way you're just pulling that on me, Sichu. Come on.
Yeah, and you can see
But they did.
the side drawing of her like knocking her own head, tongue sticking out. Oopsies.
I can see that.
Very dumb.
But because if you didn't do that, they would just make a peace, deal, and everyone would be happy. We cannot do that. We were hired to do 2 seasons. We're gonna do some 2
Yeah.
of them seasons.
It's just so the writing is. I like the Hamlet comparison because Lelouch himself is
Lelouch is great. Again,
Very
we
good,
know
yeah.
his background. You know his political situation, everything. Suzaku, we kind of know it. The problem is he's just too flat because he got an unwavering conviction of to the point of like if he, which is very understandable. Where like if he wavers on his conviction of hey, I surrendered and showed my belly, so everything is happy and everyone should be happy. He doesn't have a lot, so he's mentally broken essentially. It's just that he does a lot of things that is very questionable as like a Japanese person. But those kind of people exist. He's just his unwavering is a little bit concerning. So he's very flat.
I found myself.
Then the other characters are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
They are one dual thing. They just move in a straight line, and that straight line usually ends up with them being shot. Like the girl that liked Lelouch.
Yeah.
She did one thing, forgot, did the same thing again, and got shot.
So I found myself not directly comparing Mobile Suit Gundam with the character archetypes, but let's pretend for a hot minute here. Lelouch and Char are the comp there, and then Amuro Ray and or our boy Suzaku here. Except Amuro has, I mean, we're talking about something that was made in the early 80s, late 70s. Amuro, you can tell, has his background, and it's almost like if Suzaku was the main character in Code Geass, right? And then you have Lala Soon, who's, I guess, quote unquote, CC. Okay, you get where I'm going with here at all?
I haven't watched as much Gundam as you, so no.
Well, Lala Soon has, new type, special powers. She can relate. C2 is the alien race, has the special powers bestowed, blah, blah, blah. Char and Lala and Amuro have their connections to her. So, but in this case, in Code Geass, it's only Lelouch and C2. Suzaku kind of doesn't have much to do with her. He has his own love interest, which is Euphemia and all that. So that, I guess that would be like compared to if Amuro and Ray were in love with some queen of Zeon or whatever. What I'm going with is this would have been so much better, okay? And they kind of were touching on it from time to time with C2's lack of emotion, connection with people. She bestows powers upon other humans, and eventually they go out of control, affects their mind, etc., etc. But instead of going about this entire dramatic romance route along with lots of easy conflict that they could write, because Lelouch's character is multi-dimensional and very deep. They didn't do that with her really at all. They just kept her as the pizza chick. Oops, I'm an alien. Oh yeah, I've been tortured throughout my centuries of living. There's moments where they could go in that direction, and they did, but they didn't expand upon it. They didn't go through anything with it. So it just became kind of one big joke. It's all about Lelouch and only him. No one else matters. So everything kind of just comes into this just amorphous blob of poor writing that you can't buy into completely. And that leads into the inconvenience of convenience throughout these plots and plot developments. And that's how you end up with the bullshit that happens at the end of season 1, the bullshit that you have to go throughout season 2, just to get to the eventual ending of Char and Amuro coming together, and, oh, we're actually bros. We'll figure this out. Don't you worry.
We must end the circle of hate. I must be killed by you.
Since we're comparing to characters from Gundam, did either of you notice how Colin looks basically exactly like Domon Kashu, just with a different color scheme?
I do now.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
With the power of these burning fingers.
Yeah. She's not quite that hot-blooded, but up there.
God. Yeah, and I thought the show starts out super interesting and super deep. Everything makes sense, and I'm like, man, do I just not remember this show the same? And as it went on, it's like, oh, okay, here's where it really falls off a cliff, and it's not as jarring as, well, okay. In Death Note, you have the jarring ending sequence, and then going through the time skip. In this, there's a different sort of time skip where there's an entire season that follows. I have a hard time deciding what's worse.
There's skirmishes. You have war skirmishes, but not full war. The problem is every single time is because Lelouch had a dumb idea and he cannot follow through it. So it becomes again very cartoonish, very cartoon villain. We getting Nunnally. It's it's understandable he wants to get Nunnally, especially because she's the new Viceroy, for example. Mm-hmm. But the way they do it, it's the worst way possible. And then it is oh well, I guess we need to go back. Oh, we need to go back. We need to give up. And then guess what? There's an atomic bomb. Yeah, man. Then he goes to the Chinese Federation. And the Chinese is yeah, we're going to help you. You kind of destroyed our navy at one point, but that's fine. And then they try to help. It's go on.
Season 2 felt extremely rushed. I think they skipped over a lot of important details that might have explained all that. That's just my perspective.
No, I agree with you. I think again, they had to squash a lot of Lelouch, so a lot of his traits end up being exaggerated for plot reasons, like he's being indecisive when it comes down to people he truly like Suzaku or Nunnally, and even Ilfi to a point. So he does those decisions, but when he gotta make a decision when matters the most, he's having a mental breakdown because a character he likes is, I don't know, about to get squashed by a giant mecha, and he's oh man, what should I do? And he gets super indecisive when it matters the most, and that happens 5 or 6 times. Even more, actually. When you're watching the first season, it happens twice until the Ilfi incident. It's fine. It's part of his personality. But the second season, it's every single battle. Every single battle, something happens that impedes Lelouch to make a decision. And most of the time, shouldn't be impeding him. And you get into that weird thing of, again, very cartoonish, where the villain, which is Lelouch, goes to attack and then fumbles the bag. And he's like, oh, you got me this time, but next time we're gonna win. And then he flies away.
He just needs a Dr. Claw voice.
So it ends up like exacerbating some traits of him that are not really that good. And then they need to shift a little bit of attention to the esoteric and supernatural part of Code Geass instead of like sprinkling it through the seasons better or the episodes better. They just compressed everything by the end of second season. The last 6 episodes of the second season are really good, but before you have like all the 6 episodes, they're just highly compressed esoteric stuff as people are fighting. And it's a little bit weird. You get like then everything mounts to a less confrontation as well. But I personally don't enjoy that kind of last battle kind of scenario where everything just both sides gets the whole armies to the front to a final confrontation.
Yeah,
very
I
medieval
get what they were
like
going for with the storytelling because it is Sunrise. The typical mech story is your twists and turns with major notable battles throughout history. But the problem with what I had with Code Geass is, like you said, it's just a lot of smaller battles that rinse and repeat. There's no actual like turning point moments, or at least you don't feel it. Because I'll just keep comparing to Mobile Suit Gundam since that's just for some reason fresh in my head. For it is,
it's Sunrise, so
yeah, it is Sunrise. So you imagine a lot of the similar people are involved, even if this is 30 years after the date of when those were made. Mobile Suit Gundam has marketable battles in history in which, in the case of Char and Amuro or the Zeon and the Earth Federation, they're meeting, they're cooperating with rebel groups, they're ultimately going to meet somewhere for a major conflict that'll impact the future of the story. Code Geass always decides to, as my cat is messing with this thing, go over there. Go over there. It's messing with a styrofoam container. Code Geass, I thought it was going to head in that direction. Like, for example, just right at the start, you have the rebel forces, your terrorist group, acquiring the mechs like immediately, and that's one thing quickly leads to another, and this is how we can trust this mystery voice. Okay? These things just don't continue to develop in a way in which Britannia versus quote-unquote Japan is actually fighting back to lead to anywhere. It's more about Lelouch and his one-dimensional story because everyone around him can't develop, or they won't develop them. My other comparison would be in Gundam, you always have all these side characters, and they themselves have purpose in the battles to develop they themselves to get to the next way. And then every time you introduce a new character, you're further along in the military. They kind of do that in Code Geass, but it's more of a convenience because they just keep creating this next hierarchy. And that's what leads to the ridiculousness of the family and wiping memories and doing all these and setting up just this fake world that he has to live in, which makes season 2 just unbearable. Man, the more I talk about it, season 2 might get just continue to get a lower score. Because season 1 I thought was handling it pretty good, and I'm like, okay, there's still 25 more episodes to go. We can keep going with this. And creating new conflict, new heavy villains. Like, Gottwald and who else comes up? More of the Britannia the Second family that they have.
Knights of the Round.
Knights of the Round, yeah. But it doesn't delve into. It's just always delves into just this convenience area, which drove me insane. And then you have the worthless school characters that you spend most of the first season learning about, and that's kind of just thrown to the side.
And half of them just die. It's like, man.
Okay, whatever. What was the point of all that then?
Hey, man, it's to show you there's casualties in the war. And sometimes, once you wage war, sometimes you're gonna lose innocent people.
But they showed that in the first
people you
two
consider
episodes
friends.
when they just laid waste to the Shinjuku area and just civilians are getting slaughtered in genocide.
Yeah,
They made that clear immediately.
It's not the rich kids. They were friends with, they were friends with Suzaku and Lelouch.
Oh yeah, who could care about poor people? Ooh, yuck, right? Ugh.
Colin does. She's there for that.
Those aren't characters that we, the audience, have become attached to, so it doesn't have as much dramatic weight.
I don't know. War is hell, and it made it pretty clear to me right away.
Well, as long as we're talking about how stupid the second season is, what would you say? What would you say is the stupidest moment for you? Because I got one, but I want to hear yours first.
Fuck the memory wiping and how it started.
Yeah, that
was pretty dumb.
I hated that. Like, you want to talk about me just not having any interest in the whole season, and then just you have your memories back. It's fine.
Also, Colin in a Playboy bunny outfit.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, that's important. That's important for the plot.
That's very important.
I think every single time someone got fooled by a recording.
Oh,
yeah, a lot
like
of people.
Immediately.
A lot of people have
because
things to say about that final one with Schneisel.
Yeah, like, come on, man. And no one, like, there's 3 people in the room. There's, like, suddenly, in a small room, and, like, suddenly, goddamn, the fucking Lelouch just walks by, and no one that comes out of a fucking, I don't know, out of a closet, the spaceship. It's like, I was like, oh, you were here the entire time. No, fucking me, he was here. What are the other the guys doing? Oh, my God. But yeah, no, every single time, because it's such a silly cartoon thing, right? And he pulls that off 3-4 times with the video, and then there's like the voice recordings as well. There's just like every single time. That's the favorite way of Lelouch to manipulate people. Voice just recordings at all.
Just
like, come on, should be fool about that. And the people doesn't recognize his voice. None only can recognize Zero as Lelouch, even though she's blind, and the only thing she can follow her brother with is his voice. That's silly. But the recording
at the
is
start,
like
you had what's her face, Colin. Like as soon as he talked to her, she just goes, well, that sounds a lot like that voice that was leading us in battle yesterday. That's weird. I should suspect him. Voice recording. Was I wrong? Well, it sounded really similar. And then, it's just very quickly. No, okay, she's totally fooled. Let's repeat the thing. Because no one could, with the technology as advanced as it is, with, mobilized mech death machines, pre-recordings are just, forget that. That's impossible. Yeah. He's right here next to me.
They have the mechs have fucking car engines to run, man. it's like, oh my God. Well, yeah, no, definitely the recordings. Every single time a record was used to mislead someone is definitely the silliest moments.
Kill all the Japanese is the ultimate silliest moment, though. That's not season 2. I thought it was.
Well, for me personally, it was, in that chess game between Schneisel and Lelouch and putting himself in check. I mean, that gave me such a headache at the stupidity.
But you
That
can't do that.
Exactly. And Lelouch fucking falls for it.
The
I was,
genius chess
Hey, man,
player.
I was yelling at the screen when that happened the first time.
Shinazio is
the
the strongest character. He just appears in 3 episodes and then get fooled by a recording.
Yeah.
C2's
boy.
character had so much potential, but they went for advertisement bait instead of. I mean, why couldn't you just do both? She can eat her pizza and be a 3-dimensional character too.
Yeah. But her only trope is she's mysterious. That's it.
It's
Yeah.
stupid. There was like they even do like the goofy little like in front of his sister even. C2's just going, Lelouch and I are gonna be busy, if you know what I mean. And she's like,
Yeah,
oh my
that
god, they're
was
gonna have
dumb.
sex. And it's like, no, they're not doing fucking shit. They're whatever. At least in Fate Stay Night, there's character development of some kind that leads to, well, it's supposed to lead to a sex scene of hardcoreness at the end, but
I don't know, man.
when we watch Fate Stay Night, because I'm getting pretty close to the ending of that game, of at least one route. The anime, I might come on this podcast and say Fate Stay Night is better than Code Geass.
I mean, the game, sure, but Fate Stay Night.
I don't know, man. The game is the quote unquote game. The visual novel is an excellent put me to sleep device. I love falling asleep to that. It gets quicker every night.
Man, you're gonna grill Fate Stay Night.
I'm at the point where I have to have an auto sleep device of like 5 minutes on my Switch, just so I don't like burn the Switch out, just constantly falling asleep the first night. I might come on this because I love Fate Zero and Unlimited Blade Works. I really enjoy. Love Fate Zero.
Yeah, that's a great series.
Yeah.
Fate Stay Night might get obliterated.
Oh my god, it's gonna be.
It's
gonna be
2026. It's
tragic.
like all these popular shows. It's just gonna fucking rip into everything. Or in High School Host Club, Death Note, Code Geass. What's next? Full Metal Alchemist? That's coming. Although that one's actually good.
Yeah, once we get to Fate Stay Night, Shiro, your number's up. So I'm gonna tear that motherfucker apart.
He is pretty
He's
insufferable.
I mean,
one of the stupidest
not really that
characters I've
hard.
ever seen.
Hey man, here's yourself, sir.
And I'm insulted by that.
Could be worse.
Which reminds me, I
Also,
still,
you
I still
know,
gotta watch that Gundam show. That's
There's
about,
school
that's about
days.
Char.
No one is as stupid as school days main character. Come on.
Oh yeah, you know what's another stupid moment in season 2 for me? When Lelouch sends Rollo to retrieve Nunnally in that one battle. Oh yeah, I'll just send the guy who murdered my girlfriend just for mentioning Nunnally to go get Nunnally. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, yeah, no problem. So, for the record, on my anime list, season 1 has an 8.71. Season 2 has an 8.91 with only about 400,000 less users. Okay?
That can be explained by 2 things. 1, cool mechs, and 2, tons of fan service.
There isn't a lot of fan service though.
There's not really.
Yeah, there is. In season 2, at least.
I think you just carried the hype
Could be.
because
I mean, I don't know. I'm a pretty.
in its core, in its core, Code Geass is really good. I'm not going to argue against that. The problem is, at the end of season 1, she kind of like 7 episodes to the end of season 2, it gets really simplified and squashed and rushed. But if you can ignore that and just enjoy it, and again, not rip it a new asshole like we did, I can understand you giving it an 8, a 9. Not a 10, but an 8, 8.5. It's still very well animated. The mechs are mostly 2D drawn and not 3D.
Yeah.
The 3D effects are kept for a minimum. The music is really good. The sound design is really good. The scenarios are really good. The photography is really good. So the character designs are really good, being Clamp.
None of
So
us had
it
said
is-
it's not well made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it justifies the big score. Especially, it's probably the first anime or one of the first anime a lot of people watch. So they don't have a lot of things to compare, you know.
Yeah.
So you get to a really well-made show with a closed story, original created as well. So it's not following anything, and it's rushed because it is the way the story is made, and not because it needs to catch up to something. You give it a high score. As time goes on and you keep watching more shows, and you watch all the shows from the same time, which had better production and why not, you kind of like roll back most likely, but a lot of people don't change their My Anime List scores. So, you start watching anime, see what's popular. Code Geass is popular. You watch Code Geass. It is a very good anime, especially if you haven't watched a lot before. You give it a high score, and thus it keeps the high score it has. So, it's a little bit misleading, the score it has, but it's understandable and partially agreeable.
I don't know. I think something like
it's
Spice
also-
and Wolf is just tremendously, like, way, 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 way better. And that's of the same.
Yes,
time.
but it's really boring.
Yeah, and on the surface, it's not as attractive as big giant robots and
Colorful lights.
pretty colors.
Yeah.
I don't know. Karo Kyokai is also way better, but anyways.
Yeah, but Karo no Kyokai is just like... it's the
JD, your
benchmark.
hipster is showing.
It is
Karo no
not.
Kyokai is the... Karo no Kyokai is,
Yes, it
is so
is.
good. It's the benchmark of shows until like 2020. So like it's a little bit of an unfair comparison.
Bakano was super popular. That's better. That's of the same era.
Bakano. Yeah, but
Yeah.
again, you're not going out of your way to watch Bakano. There's no way when
that's true.
when back in 2006 or whatever the hell you start watching anime, you watched Bakano. No one just goes and says, "Oh yeah, you like anime? Just go watch Bakano." No one says that.
We could say that.
Oh, I'm a new fan. You're a new fan. Go watch Code Geass. It has nice drawings, well animated, production value. It shows well. It has pretty colors and nice, well-rounded main character that makes you ignore the rest of the plot. That is kind of meh, and then you get familiarized with how anime works.
And don't forget all the memes. Anyone remember the
memes.
Jeremiah Gottwald memes? 50% man, 50% machine, 200% motherfucking loyalty.
That's good. That's a good one.
And there's also the Nina Einstein memes. I mean, she's generated at least 2.
Okay.
I mean, there's the crazy face she makes when she finds out Euphemia's dead.
I've never been in the meme
And-
culture though.
Yeah,
It's
this
the
is just
closest I've
stuff.
gotten is when I got onto TikTok a few years ago for the first time.
God. I mean, come on, you don't remember the I'll now pleasure myself with this fish. That one is classic.
No,
Yeah,
I've never
table
been into
coon.
meme culture. I don't seek them out. People have to present them to me, and that's it.
That one is old, man.
No, I'm telling you, I've never
The fish
been
one
involved
is.
with it. Never seen that. All right, I gotta look it up then. Code
There's
Geass
also
memes?
table. Yep.
Okay.
There's also table coon. The best said about that, the better.
Oh,
The less
yeah.
said about that, the better. It's the moment in episode.
Yeah,
13.
that happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I gotta go.
I
Geass
wish they
memes
would-
fish.
I wish they would lean a little bit more into the very fucked up dude things, but they kind of don't. They just show it, and it's like really freaky, but it never gets mentioned again. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I will now proceed to pleasure myself with this fish.
And I don't know if you guys are at all familiar with Code Ment on YouTube.
No,
It's just Code
Oh.
Geass abridged.
hold on.
No.
At the very least, you should watch the I'm at soup clip. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, I know that one.
This version of Suzaku being way more of a dumbass than in canon. I linked it in the podcast content.
All right, some of these memes.
Yeah, I know that one.
I'm going through them.
Let's hear it.
What do you mean? There's only soup?
Yep, that's the one I just linked in podcast focused content.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of wild faces. Okay. I am ready to score this show. Somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah. So this is interesting because I think I watched the show when it. No, I watched it after both seasons had come out, and I watched them back to back. I generally enjoy the majority of season 1. I despise the ending to it. I'm on record saying it's one of the worst endings I've ever experienced in anime because it's just it's the time of infuriation. It's like the Death Note score. If I score it without that nonsense, it's like an 8 out of 10. So in that sense, I do agree with Hickey. Like, that's a fair score for the show because it's really good. It's really fun. It is a fun show, despite how much we ripped it a new asshole. That seems to be the phrase that we're sticking with here.
Yeah.
However, if you don't stick the landing in a show I enjoy, if you do some bullshit that just makes me angry and I don't remember the show fondly, the score's dropping. So it's a 6 out of 10 for the first season. The second season, and I stick with that even on a rewatch. The second season, however, is worse than I imagined. I was not into it at all. I found myself many times just fast forwarding through all the nonsense. I felt like it was wasting my time. And I remember now when I was watching it the first time through I'm like, is anything gonna like happen? There's a lot of action, there's cool mechs and everything. Okay. Get some into it with that. Didn't like it at all. I gave it the first time I ended up giving it the same score. Second time rewatch, I'm dropping it to a 4 out of 10. I generally think the second season is bad.
Jesus.
I do not like it. I don't think it's any good. It's not a fun watch. So I guess I'm just going to go with the in-between and say, as a whole, Code Geass gets a 5. I think it's worse than Death Note. Even though I had more fun with the first 22 episodes.
Damn, that's very low, actually. I was expecting it to not be that low. I give the first season a 7, and the second season a 6. I still think it's highly enjoyable. I do like Lelouch. I think Lelouch is one of my favorite characters, even with his flaws. His flaws are human and make sense. I think that's the best part. I think he's a really well-written character. But man, this show, and the problem is, I enjoy wacky shows, So I'm not as offended with the second season as you are, JD. But that's not the effect the season or the show was hoping for. I don't think they were hoping me to watch it and laugh it out and say, "Man, this shit is wacky, man."
I think
what is this?
I think watching this directly after Death Note, a show that generally like irritates me to no end, did not help matters either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Code Geass knows how to have more fun with itself than Death Note. Because Death Note's all serious all the time, but Code Geass...
They tried a little bit.
Yeah, with Misa. But Code Geass does a better job on that front.
Yeah. Damn. So, like, that's why it dropped a little bit, but also the opens and endings are so good. And they help the show being super wacky, especially like the first ending, which is Shiasenado, I believe.
Yeah.
And then there's like this super intense things, people are dying, and then it cuts to the most cute and relaxing song to ever be produced. It's like every single time. So yeah, that's why like 7 and 6 I think is good. And even a score, I think 8.91 is a little bit too high, especially for the second season. But like 8.5, given the context of that, the reason why I think the show has like a 8.71, 8.91, I think 8 and 8.5 for a general score is a good thing. It's reasonable. My personal, I guess I'm gonna land on 6.5. It's super wacky. I don't think it wanted to be wacky, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it for its wackiness and its seriousness.
I think that's a fair score. Very much. Like I certainly lean more towards your way, Hickey, than my visceral hatred I have right now. Caught me in a bad mood. We'll go with that. Colin, your score.
Mine's similar to Hickey, though I give season 1 an 8 out of 10 and season 2 a 6.
All right. So all three of us are kind of in that same ballpark of season 2's not as good as season 1.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if I want to watch wacky races, I watch wacky races. I don't need my show to become a wacky race for some reason.
If Suzaku was a much better rounded character and it delved less wacky, the show would be better, right? It's obvious.
And if you change the Yuffie thing for, a more realistic in the setting reason for her to die and Lelouch to be framed for it instead of like being the way it is. Like this show,
way better. Yeah,
this show is sipping with racism. Yet racism is not used as plot in a single time. So like she's one to, and at some point she changes a little bit because Yuffie is racist against Japanese, but it's not her fault. Like when she goes like to the museum they open, and she's like, well, like this artist, he's 1/4 11, and she's like, well, then that thing should never be on the wall then. And the guy's like, no, it's to show that we understand them and stuff. But then she changes a little bit and is like, okay, the best way to deal with this is just like, you're gonna be autonomous. You're still gonna be part of our empire, but we're gonna let you do your stuff, and everything will be well. There's the rest of society. They're super racist, and someone could have done a hate crime, and that's the end of Yuffie. And for some reason, Lelouch Zero is framed for that, or he uses it, the crime of the person and what Yuffie did to kind of get out of the situation in a better position, while understanding that the Geass can go out of control and be mindful of that. or start acting as the Geass is already out of control. And then you don't need to change anything else on the story. I think it would be good. You can even
I would certainly go into
Suzaku
season
can
2
stay
with a way
as a
more open
dumbass.
mind.
Yeah. So you don't need to change Suzaku that much. I think really the biggest problem is the Geass getting out of control in the Yuffie situation. And the season 2 has its own problems again with being skirmishes and Lelouch being very indecisive when it matters, and that happens every single battle. And it kind of gets a little bit old. But aside that, yeah, no. I think that's the 2 points I would change.
So our next episode is the second season of Mahomatic.
Yep.
I guess we'll do it again. We'll have the moving bar, among other things. That does it for this episode. See you next time, everybody.
Bye now.